This is my car. I got it about 3 years ago and put over 46,000 miles on it during that time. About a year and a half ago, I had the idea to build a car bed in it. This is it. Come on, I'll give you a tour. Quick little number on the car first. It's a 2014 Subaru Impreza Sport Premium. It's got a little over 65,000 miles on it, and it has Subaru's FB20B engine in it. This is a 2-liter naturally aspirated unit with 148 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 145 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM. In layman's terms, that means it's not fast. It has a 5-speed manual, which means it has Subaru's more mechanical all-wheel drive system, constantly splitting torque 50-50 front rear, connected via viscous center coupling. I also had a new head unit installed, which improves the sound coming from the speakers, as well as gives me Android Auto, which definitely helps when I'm navigating unknown places. I'll do an in-depth review of my car another time, because you didn't come to see the car. You came to see the car bed. The biggest challenge was size. I'm 6'2", and there's not enough space for me to lay lengthwise behind the front seats, so I had to make the most efficient use of space possible. The construction of this is in 3 main parts. There's a frame that sits in the cargo area, made primarily of 2x4s with some metal supports and 1x2s. On top of that sits a 1/2-inch plywood. I used this kind of same concept to make a car bed for my friend Jeep Grand Cherokee when he worked in Montana over the summer. Then there's the middle section, which is supported partially by the frame in the back, partially by this 2x4 resting on a solid support on the seat back, and partially by the front seats in a recline position, right about there. I took off the rear seat bottom, but left the seat backs because it was much easier just to take out the bottom. It's also tied in place by a rope attached to these seat anchors. That way it doesn't slide back and forth. And the front bit is hinged and is supported by a 2x4 that just conveniently gets placed in the cup holder. The result is a super sturdy setup that can fit me and theoretically another person while still leaving space for gear and other things we may need below us. That was a major goal of mine, to retain space for gear, which is why I didn't just lay plywood on top of the floor. I'm able to store backpacks, stoves, tables, food, boots, and other gear I may need without infringing on the sleeping space. I also have a roof basket that can mount to the top of the car if I need more space than that. I was nervous about the level of craftsmanship that I have, but I toss and turn a lot while I sleep, and this has always proved rock solid for that. Ease of use was another goal. I wanted to quickly be able to switch between driving and sleeping setups, as well as easily convert back and forth from car to bed. Switching between driving and sleeping only takes a couple minutes, and going from full 5-passenger car to car bed only takes a few. I have these screens for the rear windows, which helps to keep fresh air circulating without any bugs getting in. Layering this plywood with carpet was also a great idea. It's just basic indoor-outdoor carpeting that I folded over and stapled from the bottom. It creates a luxurious 5-star feel while keeping any splinters from the wood happening. I have enough room above me to lay on my side while relaxing or sleeping, and the length is just right. I also only use 2 sleeping pads instead of a mattress to keep the height to a maximum. The hardest part of this is an elegant ingress-egress. I have dreams of touring the country in a Subaru Outback, Nissan Xterra, or a Honda Element, which are all bigger and would make for a roomier situation. However, for a basic car bed in a compact car, this is perfect. Because I made this with 2 people in mind, there's no real storage cubbies, and the lip on the load floor makes a pull-out drawer very hard to do. I know I need to get an inverter, and I have a couple other ideas for stuff like a water tank and a roll-out tarp via awning, but I may save that till next time we build a car bed. I've used this bed a handful of times, including at this very parking lot here at my alma mater. However, I haven't documented me ever doing so. Well, that's going to change, because later this week, I'm going to drive down to a local state forest and camp the night here using this bed. That's going to be another video, so stay tuned. Also, if you have a 2012 to 2016 Impreza or Crosstrek, and this interests you, let me know. I can send over what materials you need, as well as all the dimensions to this stuff. And also, if you have a 2017 to 2020 Impreza or Crosstrek, it's also probably close enough to what this is. Until then, see you next video.